What's up, freaks? It's Kuda. So we have more updates regarding Studio Eclypse situation when it comes to their recreation of the Black Swordsman arc. If you don't know, they're doing this fan project animation that has garnered a lot of attention. So much attention that Studio Gaga and Akusensha, who are the rightful owners of the IP of Berserk, had to come out and say that they have nothing to do with this project. Now, this caused like a ripple effect where a lot of studios had to come out and make some really rough decisions. For example, Studio Taka actually canceled and closed their comic animation project that they were doing. Studio Arch is fortunately going to still do their season 2 continuation of how a 1997 Berserk animation would look like. So they're right now doing the Black Swordsman arc with episode 1 that released like 5 months ago, and it's really good. You should check it out. But Studio Eclypse has finally made a statement on Twitter regarding this and what they will do next. So it reads as following. We'd like to address some of your concerns regarding the recent statement. We did not receive any type of formal cease and desist, takedown request, or letter asking us to stop the project. So it does seem like what I said before in my last video is true. They didn't receive anything directly from Studio Gaga and Akusensha about, stopping this project or else legal action will be made. And they continue saying, after a lot of consideration, we have decided to move forward and establish communication with the IP holders. Supported by a great company within the industry, we're working to get a chance to adapt this arc of the story the way fans deserve as an official studio next year. This has led to the voluntary decision of taking down our Black Swordsman videos for the time being until the situation is resolved. During this period, we will continue working on pre-production materials and animation tests to be able to show our vision for the project to them. We will also be unpublishing our Patreon page for the time being as a sign of respect for overseas viewers and good faith for this project to come to life in the right way. And if you actually go to their YouTube channel, you can see that the Black Swordsman videos are no longer up and their Patreon page is actually down. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit confused by this statement, mostly because what they're saying here essentially is that they have made direct contact with Studio Gaga and Akusensha in order to get the rights to do a production of an official anime of the Black Swordsman arc. These guys have not proved anything when it comes to that they can actually deliver any sort of animation project. So I'm confused by this approach, to be honest. So you're going directly to the IP holders and saying, we have this and we want to do an official anime, but honestly, I don't think there's any way that Studio Gaga and Akusensha will let them do this. I highly doubt it. Just think about it, right? One, they're not Japanese, and whether we like it or not, that's a big thing for Japanese studios. Two, they haven't really proved anything. They only have like a bunch of trailers. Obviously, they probably have a lot more content on the background that they haven't showed, so they can show Studio Gaga and Akusensha. But I don't know, man, like, they were already in thin ice when it comes to this whole situation. I kind of wonder if this is the right approach. It doesn't seem like it. For example, I think Studio Arch approach was actually the best one, which was to say, hey, we've seen what Studio Gaga and Akusensha have said. We are aware of it. We will continue the project. We won't change anything, but if we get in the future a cease and desist message, in order to stop this or legal action will be taken on us, yeah, we will take down everything, right? I think that's just the most reasonable approach right now. But it feels like Studio Eclypse is basically doing an ultimatum on this, and I don't understand why. Like, this is very weird. Why are you taking down your Patreon page? Why are you going directly to the IP holders in order to do an official anime? Why don't you just continue to do what you're doing? Acknowledge, Studio Gaga's statement and say like, hey, if they actually want us to stop, we will stop. There was a lot of already backlash to Studio Eclypse, and I don't think this is helping them at all. I feel like they should have just continued their project the way it was. If Akusensha and Studio Gaga came out and said, hey, you motherfuckers need to stop or else we're gonna have problems, I mean, just stop. It is what it is. It is curious how people on Twitter, at least here on the messages on the right, are actually giving a lot of support to Studio Eclypse. But for example, on Reddit, people are goddamn angry. Like, they are going full out calling this a scam and everything. So there's a big difference when it comes to how people see this. Now, I'm not calling Studio Eclypse scammers or anything like that. I'm just very fucking confused about this approach to this overall situation. I think it's actually giving a little bit more reason and voice to the overall backlash that they have been receiving. And yeah, I'm not really expecting much from them at this point. And it wouldn't surprise to me if they came out, you know, in a few weeks or months and say something along the lines of, folks, we've tried, we spoke directly to them, we didn't manage to get the IP, and, you know, unfortunately, because they, you know, Studio Gaga and Akusensha didn't give us the rights to the IP, we will unfortunately cancel this. And I feel like that's going to be their way out. Or at least that's the vibe that this message is giving me. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm dead wrong. Hopefully I'm dead wrong. I mean, if they actually do that, if they actually just come out and say that, I think that's going to ruin their overall image. And I think that's pretty shitty of them. I'm not gonna lie. Because what they're trying to do here, if what I'm saying comes out to be true, is that they're trying to put the blame on Studio Gaga and Akusensha. And I don't think that is right. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully that's not their intention. But I don't know, man. I really don't like this approach from Studio Eclypse. I feel like it doesn't really make much sense. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, I'm going to give my full support to Studio Arch. If you haven't checked their animation out of the 1997 recreation, it's done pretty fucking well. Episode 2 is on the works. You know, they seem to be pretty in touch with their community on YouTube and Discord, which is really fucking nice to see. They do a lot of, you know, small updates here and there regarding their animation. It seems like at least episode 2 is working out pretty fine. And yeah, I'm really excited to see, you know, the continuation of their projects and that they actually have proof that they have done something with it. If you asked me who would you give like a Black Swordsman arc official anime recreation, I would not give it to Studio Eclypse, because Studio Eclypse has no proof at all, at least so far, that they can actually pull off an anime. And at least Studio Arch, for example, does have proof, and a really fucking good proof, let me tell you, that they can actually pull off an anime like this. That's my opinion, that's how I view things. Maybe I'm not seeing something. Let me know what you think in the comments, and yeah, if you like this video, subscribe and have a good one. See ya.